If you've ever seen ads for the fitness craze P90X, and the answer is yes, you have, our next guest will look very familiar. Please welcome Tony Horton, everybody. Kevin, how are you, man?
Look at you.
You just crushed me.
I'm sorry.
My dainty, hungover Renaissance fair arms, my lord, of all days to have you here.
Oh, right.
Because I'm a huge fan of yours. You're inspiring, and that must be painful to hear that you're an inspiration to guys like me. Like,
no.
Just a frail nerd skeleton is like, you have inspired me.
You look marvelous. I gotta tell you, you're fantastic. You're lean, you're beautiful. I mean, what you've done is great. And I also heard you had a P90X Christmas party, and you didn't invite me?
You were supposed to get an invite. I'm sure it got lost in the mail. But I did throw a P90X miss in your honor, and everybody was required to show up. Though you were on that was the invite that I sent out, was Tony Ho-Ho Horton.
Oh, look at me.
And don't sue me, by the way. This already happened.
My
and that was
lawyers
me.
will be calling you very shortly, actually.
I've got nothing to give, believe me. But even the dog was dressed up, and we were all very fitness-themed. Because you've... Inspiring me to get in shape that's okay, great, and you did, and it really, from changing my diet to actually trying to learn about working out, but you must hear this on a daily basis from people that have said you've literally changed their lives.
Well, actually, I was in Mammoth this weekend shooting the brand new P90X infomercial. Plug! Yes. And I put my ski boots on, and there's a line that starts forming at my bumper. You know, it's just really, Mr. Horton, I want to thank you so much. I can ski now because before I was a big guy and eating all this crap, and now I'm, ripping down the mountain. And a couple comes up and they say, hey, we're doing it together with our kids. And especially when I walk through airports, people stop me and say, this 65-year-old guy sitting across from me said, I can ski now because my daughter forced me to do this P90X, but now I'm going to Jackson Hole. I can ski, yeah.
As long as they're not in line for the Cinnabon at the airport. Like,
yeah.
Hey, Tony, the DVDs didn't work out for me, but I know your face.
Yeah, right. Actually, right. Then after they talk to me, they go to Cinnabon and they grab lunch, which is depressing.
Do you find, well, that's the half of it, right? Like, I mean, it's one thing to have a fitness routine, to run in place for a little while, to do whatever it is, but without the diet side of things, like your book, there's the ebook coming out now, too. You have a giant section devoted to health and nutrition, and it starts off with, you got to X out the alcohol, which I take an issue with, but I mean, that's...
Collective groan off stage. Yeah, whatever. But it really depends on how clean you want to be. I mean, one size does not fit all. You can't expect everybody to eat like me. I mean, I don't do the caffeine and the alcohol, and now I'm cutting out sugar, which is really hard. Because I like a piece of, brownie and chocolate cake and key lime pie. Let's just think about that for a second. But I mean, now I'm eating more strawberries and blueberries and blackberries, and I'm miserable as hell, but I look good.
Right, that's what's important, right?
No,
that's
but I mean, it's a two-piece equation. I mean, you cannot exercise, and use that as an excuse to eat garbage. You've got to fuel yourself properly. You've got to make sure that you find ways to make healthy meals taste good. So I tell folks, make 90% of your meals healthy and clean. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Those main calorie meals. Make sure you look down and you see ingredients you can pronounce. That's kale. That's a salmon. That's a potato. Good.
McRib is really easy to say, though.
Yes, that's true.
Just rolls off the tongue.
That's true. But you look at a bag of corn chips and you flip over and you see 43 ingredients and 5 of them are color. I mean, that's cancer in a bag. I mean, why would you want to eat that kind of stuff?
Yeah, no, you want your cancer in a tube, like Pringles style. And you can repurpose it later.
Yeah.
Not only do you transform people, your life kind of went through a transformation, let's say 12 years ago or so.
Yeah.
Was it an overnight thing for you? Because I know you were in LA, you were doing the acting, comedian kind of thing, as well as personal training.
Yes. I used to go to Pasadena at 2 o'clock in the morning and work at Cafe Club Lounge in front of 3 drunk guys throwing straws at me, That comedy thing worked out fantastic for me. But I mean, it was a fun ride. It helped me be more comfortable on stage. Sure. And you've done P90X, and P90X has got a certain amount of silliness in it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I was in a plane going to QVC in Philly, and the pilot came out and said, "Hey, man," I don't know who was flying the plane at the time, but he came out and said, "Hey, man, you're the first guy who made hardcore fitness something I look forward to doing." And before it was just drudgery. And because there are breaks and there's pause buttons, and I do a horrible, imitation of a pterodactyl.
The pterodactyl.
Thank you. Let me see your
the Tony Dactyl is kind of like this, right? Yeah. And then you got to something, and then we reverse.
Yeah. You are a devotee.
Let's climb our legs. Yeah. I don't care. How do you feel that day? Get them up there. Take one. This is the easy way. I know the whole damn DVD. just the entire thing. I love it.
Hit me again.
I love it. It's really, the first one hurt me. I didn't want to go for a follow-up. You are very, we get it. You're a strong man.
I'm a little hurt, too.
And diversified, too, because you're also getting into watches and getting into food that just arrives at your doorstep magically. How is this working?
Well, it is all magic.
You've developed teleportation.
I have. It's P90X3, deportation. Deportation, that's not right.
That's very alienating.
Yeah. Oh!
Thank you for being gentle.
Nice.
I don't know where this is going, but no, because the food is such an integral part. You now have a home delivery service that's coming out nationwide.
We're going to be launching in about 3 to 5 weeks, and it's called TH Kitchen. And because a lot of folks struggle with the food thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They go to restaurants and they get confused, or they go shopping and they think, oh my God, I don't know what to do here.
Right.
And a lot of folks aren't cooks. I'm not a cook, so if it comes to your house and it's fresh and it's organic and it's tasty, it's just a way to help people solve that part of the equation, which is the healthy food thing.
Love it. And where does I know where alcohol falls on the scale, and I know the calories and the sugar and all that jazz. Somebody out there said, they tweeted at me and they said, Kevin, you got to ask about medicinal marijuana. Where does that fit in on the P90X workout? Is that like a week 3 thing? Is that like a week 4 thing?
I think it's phase 7.
Phase.
Yeah, definitely in the phase 7.
I don't recall seeing the
phase 420, I believe. Is
oh my God!
That's where it shows up.
That's a late night infomercial I can get behind. You got to cut that out as well.
Well, I mean, look, if you want to get a little high once in a while and it helps motivate you, you know what I mean? I'm not here to slow you down,
That's what I want to hear.
I'm not here to... Whatever gets it done,
Thank you. Thank you for admitting that. And finally, this guy, Sean T, this insanity guy. He told me through his powers of infomercials that he has the workout that is the most insane ever, and it's the craziest one committed to DVD. Is he lying to me, or is he? Because it sounds like he's calling you a liar, Tony.
I got a twitch going on over here. Sean T is part of the Beachbody family.
It's not what I want to hear. This doesn't sound. This doesn't sound
you want more
aggressive or
controversy?
antagonistic.
Yes. Ask me about CrossFit if you want controversy.
Let's fire.
See that? Here we go. I'm going to get so much crap for even just saying that.
Well, yeah, let's hear it. Let's fire a shot across the CrossFit bow.
Well, you know what I will say about not only CrossFit and insanity is, if you love it and it's working and you're not getting injured in the process, then that's exactly what you should be doing.
Sounds like that asterisk, though, is an important one. Do you think, like, CrossFit
injuries, everything. The idea is to be consistent. Variety, consistency, intensity. You need to combine those 3 things in the course of your routine, whether it be 60 days or 90 daur the rest of your life. But the idea with P90X is you want to get through all 90 days. You don't want to get hurt on day 70 or day 15. And so, Sean T's program is super intense. It's hardcore. It's interval training, and you can't go in there cocky. Same thing with CrossFit.
CrossFit, yeah.
You've really got to be careful because it becomes very competitive. Where P90X isn't really competitive. It's a routine that you do in your house. You put the disc in, you follow along, you keep up. Hit the pause button if you want to. Whereas CrossFit, people are attacking each other. They're, moving tires across highways. It's craziness,
Yeah, today we flipped tractors. What? Yeah, 7 times back and forth in the parking garage. That was it? But sounds like a workout.
Some folks, they love it and they're committed. And if you're getting through it and having fun and you're with like-minded people and you're not getting hurt, then it's a good thing, too.
Well, that's a good message as well. Tony, it's such a pleasure to meet you, man. It really is an inspiration. Thank you for coming and chatting.